You know that sound. If you've ever been outside on a warm day, you've heard it. That buzzing, humming drone that is basically the official soundtrack of summer. It feels like it's coming from everywhere all at once. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on nature's secret orchestra.
Right? It's a sound that's so familiar, we almost don't even think about it. But have you ever actually stopped and wondered who or what is making that incredibly loud, pulsing hum? The answer, it turns out, is a lot smaller and way more interesting than you might think.
The artist behind this summer symphony isn't a bird, it's not some other little woodland animal. It's this guy, the cicada. And we're about to find out how this amazing insect pulls off one of the most incredible performances in the entire animal kingdom. So, let's get into it.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the sound itself. What exactly are we hearing when that buzz just fills the air? It's definitely not just random noise, nope. It's a very deliberate and very powerful system of communication.
And here's what's really cool. This entire concert, it's an all-male performance. That's right, only the male cicadas have the special gear they need to produce this famous song. The females, they're the silent audience, and they are listening very, very closely.
So, the big question is, how on earth does a pretty small insect make a sound that is so incredibly loud? Well, it's not magic, but it is a masterpiece of biological design. Let's break down how they do it.
The whole secret is a pair of organs called tymbals. The easiest way to think about them is like tiny little drum heads. They're ribbed membranes right on the sides of the male's abdomen, and these little guys are the heart of the cicada sound machine.
And here's how those little drums work. A super powerful muscle pulls the timbal inward, and that buckle makes a loud click. Then the muscle relaxes, and the timbal pops right back into place, making another click. Now, just imagine that happening hundreds of times every single second. All those individual clicks start to blur together, and that's the buzz we hear.
But wait, there's more. The timbals are only part one. The sound they make gets a massive boost because the male cicada's abdomen is mostly hollow. It basically acts like the body of a guitar, a resonating chamber that takes all those little clicks and cranks the volume way, way up. And when I say way up, I mean it. Just how loud are we talking? Well, a group of cicadas singing together can reach an incredible 120 decibels. That easily makes them one of the loudest insects on the entire planet.
To give you some perspective on that, 120 decibels is about the same volume as a chainsaw running right next to you. It's actually so loud that it can be physically painful to our ears if you happen to be standing right in the middle of a big chorus.
So let's take a quick tour of the cicada itself. Up on the head, you've got these two enormous compound eyes. The middle section, the thorax, is where the legs and wings are attached, and then of course you have the abdomen, the powerhouse for the males. They also have a beak-like thing called a rostrum, and that's what they use for sipping on tree sap.
So how can you tell a male from a female? It's actually pretty easy. You just have to look at the abdomen. The male's is kind of blunt at the end, and that's where his sound-making equipment is. The female's abdomen, on the other hand, is pointed, and it ends in a special tool for laying eggs called an ovipositor.
And hey, just so we're all on the same page with the lingo, a young cicada is called a nymph. A fully grown, winged adult is known as an imago. And when you get a whole bunch of them together making all that noise, that's called a chorus, or sometimes a brood.
Now, the few weeks we actually see cicadas flying around, that's just the very last, very frantic chapter of a ridiculously long life. The vast majority of their story happens in complete darkness, deep down under our feet.
The whole cicada life journey is really a story in 3 parts. It starts out as a tiny little egg laid inside a tree branch. Then it spends almost its entire life as a nymph living underground. And finally, it comes out for that very short but super important time as a winged adult. So, after an egg hatches, the tiny nymph falls to the ground and just starts digging. And for the next 2 to 17 years, yes, you heard that right, up to 17 years, it lives this secret life, tunneling around and feeding on the sap from tree roots. And they're not just sleeping down there, they're actively growing, and they molt their skin 4 times as they get bigger.
Then, after all those years of waiting, when the time is just right, one of the most magical events in the insect world kicks off. Millions of these nymphs, all on some kind of internal schedule, start making their way to the surface.
And this is how it all goes down. The mature nymph tunnels out of the ground. It climbs up the first vertical thing it can find, like a tree trunk. Then its exoskeleton just splits right open down its back, and the soft, pale adult slowly, carefully pulls itself out of its old skin. It's incredible to watch.
But once it's out, it's not ready to go just yet. The new adult is super vulnerable. It has to pump fluid into its wrinkly little wings to inflate them. Then it just has to hang out for a few hours while its new, soft body darkens and hardens, getting it ready for life up in the trees.
You've probably seen the evidence of this transformation. Those empty brownish shells you see clinging to tree bark? That's what's left behind. The fancy name for this empty shell is XVA, and it's like a perfect little ghost of the cicada's childhood.
Okay, so our cicada is finally a hardened, winged adult. Its mission can now begin. And that mission, well, that's the whole reason for that unbelievably loud song. It is all about making sure the next generation gets its start.
So why bother being so loud? It really boils down to three main things. First and foremost, the male sings to attract a female. Simple as that. Second, the noise helps other males find each other, so they can form a huge chorus, which is even more attractive to the females. And finally, the pure volume of it all can actually confuse and scare off predators. It's safety in numbers and noise.
After a successful courtship, the female uses that pointy ovipositor we talked about to cut little slits in the tree twigs. And inside those little grooves, she lays her eggs, up to 600 of them. Then, in a few weeks, those eggs hatch, the brand new nymphs fall to the ground, and that whole amazing, long cycle starts all over again.
So the next time you're outside on a hot summer day and you hear that deafening electric buzz, you won't just be hearing noise. You'll be hearing the final, triumphant performance of a life spent almost entirely underground, a secret symphony with an incredible story that was years or even decades in the making.